It always is.
Sorry I was late today, dude.
Yeah, I was actually. You read my mind. Now we're going. I want the story.
Okay. It's a long story, so it kind of. We'll fast forward, or I'll try to go through it quick.
I'll get comfy.
But basically, it all started. One of the UFC events recently, I can't remember which fight it was, but I had a couple buddies over and we were watching it. And there's this new guy that moved in next door, and there's like 5 people living in this like 2-bedroom apartment. And
fair enough.
They have a baby, and so like I was having people over. We were watching the fights. It's like 9:00 on a Saturday, and he comes knocking on my door and telling me to be quiet, not asking me to be quiet, telling me to be quiet,
demanding
his baby's
silence.
Sleeping.
Got it.
So I asked him what time it was. And I was like, well, what time is curfew? And I was like, all right, sounds like we're going to finish these fights and then go to the bars and we'll be out of your hair. And then go now fast forward to Easter, and like the dad that lives in there that's like 50 and like looks way too much like my dad to be telling me what to do. So like, you know, it kind of got me going a little.
Yeah, there's a nerve being touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got it. Okay,
right?
I got it.
And so
Enough
he's
said.
telling me I need to put my dog on a leash. He's afraid of dogs, like all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, my dog's a service animal. This is a great opportunity for you to get over your fear.
Oh, you hit him with the...
Oh, I hit him with that. And so he didn't like that.
He's not ready.
He ends up getting nose to nose with me, trying to get me to hit him. And it's Easter Sunday, and I don't feel like going to jail. So I just decided to go inside and then put my dog
Not really
inside.
that you want to go to jail on.
Right, and leave. So I end up getting a note from the office saying that I need to keep my dog on a leash and like all this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And
I
I've lived there.
I saw Instagram stories about this. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
and I've lived there for 5 years. All the other neighbors love my dog, and like it's like a kind of cool community. It's like less than like 20 units. You know what I mean? So like everybody's really kind of cool with each other over time. Me living there.
Right.
And today, so basically, last weekend I come outside. Lo and behold, they have a pug. So they have a dog. And he's telling me he's afraid of dogs, right?
Well, it's a pug. It's like,
no, he's afraid of pit bulls. Is really what he's afraid of, right?
It's a pug.
And their dog's not on a leash. So I just laughed when I came outside, and I was like, isn't that amazing, you guys? Like, the lack of awareness you guys have is it's insane to me.
That's tough.
The son, whose baby it is, ends up screaming at me with his baby in his arms, telling me I can't talk to them, blah, 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 and like telling me to do something. And I'm like, yo, bro, like you're hiding behind a baby trying to start a fight. Like that's the least alpha move I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. And then like he's continuing to like get bigger and crazier, right?
Man.
And all the neighbors are like kind of standing outside, and they all know I train.
Right.
And so they're all kind of like, yo, what's like about to fucking happen here?
Yeah.
And so I kind of calmly tell him like, and loudly, because I'm just a loud talker, but like I'm trying to be as calm as I can be. And I'm like, yo, bro, if you really are serious about it, here's the gym. I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
Come sign the waiver, buddy.
Come on in, man.
Come on in, dude. We can do it the right way. And all of a sudden, you know, he's a bigger man now, and he wants to walk away.
Right.
And
then
like,
he takes
he
the
wants to take the
high
high road.
road.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
So today, there's literally, I go outside, every car is gone. Nobody's there. It's 10 o'clock on a weekday, right? And so I'm like, great opportunity. I'm just going to play fetch with my dog. Like,
sure.
You know, nobody's here like I used to. He hasn't been able to play fetch for almost 2 weeks. He's getting anxious. I'm trying to play with him in the apartment and stuff, but it's just not good enough. You know how dogs are, dude.
100%.
And like, I see her car pull in. She immediately pulls out her phone and starts filming me. And so I just go, you are literally the most miserable people
dude.
I have ever met in my entire life.
Is her name Karen?
No, they're not white. But, you know, like, so she's like, you know, they're doing their thing. They're sowing their seeds, trying to tell everybody in the neighborhood. Anyways, so I end up telling the office, like, yo, these people are like basically stalking me at this point. And I just got an email from the office, and they're like, if you guys can't resolve it amongst yourselves, we're going to have to evict both of you, blah, 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 and like all this shit.
Oh,
dude.
no, dude.
And I'm just
That's
like,
the
dude,
worst.
this is so crazy. The fact that I've lived here for 5 years, these psychopaths moved next door, and now my life is a topsy-turvy.
Oh, my God, dude. I know this energy. I know this energy because our neighbor at pub is like this. So I just have the most vivid visual. No face, but I know what you're dealing with because it's just, there's these people that...
So unhappy with life.
This is my theory, right?
Right.
You have life where we are is so good. And my theory is this. I didn't make this up, right?
Right.
Like life is suffering, right? This thing. Like you must suffer. There's like gotta be something that like is like, oh, that you gotta contend with. Mm-hmm. But life is so good that people have to make shit up to be mad about, to suffer over. And it's like, yo, like, go get a life.
Yeah,
like, go do things, like, that are actually, like, productive. Like, stop busting my balls.
When I'm not doing anything to you, dude.
Just because you feel like...
You're miserable.
You're...
It's crazy,
Our next door neighbor to the pub, her name is Karen. Legit. I wish I was kidding.
Which one? Is it the one to the right
I
or the
wish
left?
I was joking. It's the empty building to the right.
I thought that was a jewelry store, is it not?
No.
Okay.
Well, technically, that's 2 doors over. That's called The Latest Thing.
Okay.
And it's kind of like it's more like a spiritual kind of like...
it's like a woo-woo jewelry store.
Yeah, it's cool. I go get some stuff over there. Like,
Cool,
they got all the good.
That ain't for me, but
they
it's
got
for people.
they got the crystals. They got the candles. They got all the good stuff. So that's 2 doors over. They're an actual functioning business with things to do, so they don't bother anybody.
Right, because they got things that they're doing. They're not. I think it's boredom too.
This is the story of Karen. I'll fill you in on the Karen.
The tale of Karen.
And you'll understand that I understand what you're going through.
Okay.
Next door neighbor for the longest time, the owner of the property, is this old lady, dude, 90 plus.
Right.
Like decrepit.
Yeah.
I never really even met her. And then there was a business, like a fly shopping business. His name is Frank. Frank still comes into the pub to this day. I have the guy's drink memorized. Literally, it's weird. It's weird how that happens. But anyway, long story short, Karen was like power of attorney for this old lady. Like, like family. Somehow she was related.
So she feels really strong.
Well, no. What happened is basically like manipulated the ownership of the property like to her once the old lady passed.
With,
so
like,
she
power of
basically
attorney.
exactly. So she basically just like steals his property, and it actually, from what I hear, it happened actually before the lady even passed.
Yeah.
So like
generally, as those things have to be done.
She right.
So when she does pass,
she basically hijacks this property
from the family, right?
Kicks Frank out. So kicks out the business tenant, right? Because they're gonna do whatever
whatever her plans are.
Whatever her plan was. They get busted for asbestos, right? And like all this crazy. So like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
because an old lady owned the property for how long and really just wasn't keeping up with it.
Since the 50s,
yeah,
like
just wasn't keeping up with it
ancient.
anymore.
So
it's not like shocking.
But now here's the problem. Is that it's been empty. They haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, and she can't do anything until she
We learn that she had also like inherited money. So this lady is sitting on millions of dollars
and just refuses to fix
the old lady
property.
You own property on Newport
Yeah,
Boulevard.
you're okay.
You're more than okay.
Yeah, you're more than any sort of property in this area.
More than okay.
You're okay.
So this Karen sitting on millions of dollars. So there's no real hunger to like go fucking do anything productive. This bitch is
cool. She's comfy.
Satiated. She's just so satiated.
Comfy.
Very content. And so this is the energy of Karen. She had 3 cameras installed on the side of her
All
building.
facing you.
All to face the pub. Now, COVID happens.
That's against the law, is it not?
There's got to be something.
That's
We
gotta
just
be
like
something.
Well, you know what? We're just busy doing.
No, but I think if
things.
you prove,
Like,
I think
busy,
if you
like-
prove like every camera is directing towards
Literally,
like not their own
dude,
business,
this
that's
this
something.
lady's
yeah.
come over and like harassed my parents like for just about nothing. It's like I remember we're doing COVID happens, so we go let's remodel the pub, right? So
Yeah.
we're obviously there's a 40-foot trailer in our parking lot. We're obviously doing not business, there's wheelbarrows and shovel. It's like it's a mess. Like we're obviously not open. I remember coming out like the side door to bring something out, and I look to this. I'm looking like at the street because I come out this way, and here's Karen in her car, like spying on us, like. I wave at her,
Yeah, that's what I did when I
like,
saw her
hey,
pull out the phone. Like, hi, you miserable
She's
fucking
like, she's
piece
like,
of...
oh. She's like, it's boogieing along. I'm like, you miserable son
Yeah,
of a bitch. Like,
I know.
What the fuck? Like,
Holy, like...
so I get it. That's like, it's the same. It's
You literally... Like, so here's the other thing. If that guy would just show up to the gym and let me kick his ass, we'd probably end up becoming friends.
It's true. It's funny how that happens.
Isn't that crazy?
It is funny how
That's
that
like
works.
the craziest
literally-
part. I literally think that. Like, if this guy would just come to the gym, let me kick his ass, humble himself for like the first time maybe in his life or the first time in a decade or however long, right?
Probably his life.
Probably his life. And then
He's
like,
hiding behind babies.
and then like be like, yo, you can do this too and protect your family from future danger. You have a newborn, like blah, blah, blah. Like, right? You probably end up becoming friends.
You're like saving this guy from his own misery.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is I look at him and I remember how bad things got when I lived at my apartment with my ex. Like, I have a hole in my bathroom from just the fucking sheer psychosis I was going through, right? And, like, I think about what he's going through probably, and I'm sure it's a lot of the same shit. Like, I kind of feel bad. Like, I kind of look at him and I'm like, bro, you're kind of where I was like 3-4 years ago before I started training again.
Yeah.
Like, you remind me so much of myself, but like you say that to someone, that really pisses them off even more.
No, you're already touching nerves, dude. You're already in the sweet
the
spot, man.
whole thing is sensitive. The whole thing has become sensitive,
It's a shame. I'm telling you, there's something to it. This guy needs.
He needs an outlet. He lives in a house.
It's just
He lives in a house
good.
with like 4 people, including his baby, and like I'm sure he just works and goes home, maybe drinks at like a bar with his friends or something. Like, right? It's just like, and that's what so many people. Like, I was in the same cycle. Like, we all get caught up in that consumer grinder weird mentality. Like,
good word.
It's so bad for you, though. And I get it. When you have a kid, I can only imagine, like, your back's against the wall, man.